Hello, everyone, and welcome to Swirlpool, official podcast of Disney+. This is the podcast where we discuss entertainment for your entertainment. And as always, I'm here with the Vortex crew.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm actually just here to plug my new band, Orange Juice Dick.
Nice.
Well, did you want to hear how we got our name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please tell us.
Well, first we got to start all the way back at the beginning.
I'd watch that movie.
Oh man, me too.
Orange Juice Dick.
Fiend here though, and I just gotta get something off my chest. I just realized I can't just drink a soda can without just chugging the whole thing. I can drink normal drinks, but something about a can, I gotta chug it.
So you're saying you're cursed to always chug a can?
I guess I wouldn't. Yeah, as
Doesn't
far as
the
I can
soda-
remember, I've always just chugged a soda can,
So you just sat down with a fresh soda, cracked that puppy open, and then
it's gone.
Oh my god!
Chug.
Doesn't it? That shit. Doesn't the soda, the carbonation, just burn your throat like the whole time?
That's probably what I like about it. I don't know.
Fair enough.
And I'm Grim Chorizo, and as they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But when life gives you lemonade mouth, just don't. Just don't do it. Just no. Just no!
I thought you were going to say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Mouth. It would just be this really... yeah. So yeah, what are we talking about today, Grim?
Well, so today... Well, alright. Back it up a little bit. Over the past, week or two, a new streaming service has come out called Disney+. So we figured we should dive in and we should do something involving this Disney+. So we decided we are going to be looking at a film...
I think I picked it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You picked this?
I think I did.
You put this hell on us?
So here was Well, this is what I was thinking. Okay, first of all, I apologize. This was a rough one, to put it lightly. But I think I chose it. The thought process is we grew up with Disney Channel, and there's a whole Disney Channel that is there after we grew up, Yeah,
it's like after our time. We didn't know anything about it.
Right, exactly. So I just kind of scrolled through the 2010s and was like, oh, this is about music, and it looks goofy.
So what year did this come out then?
I don't even...
2011.
2011, alright.
Yeah, so I had checked out of the Disney Channel originals by that time, but...
Yeah, so what do you guys got for show and tell today?
I've been playing the shit out of Pokemon Sword. I'm just gonna let you know.
Noise.
That's my show.
Yeah, I saw your party. It looked pretty rad.
Fun. You can look at parties? What?
Well, because you showed me.
You showed us.
Oh, that's right. I changed it up since then.
I was going to say, it's probably completely different. It's probably different than what I said.
Yeah.
But I liked where it was headed. What do you like most about this generation, would you say, of the game?
I don't know. I like being able to run around and doing, the Dynamax raids or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like... you get together with people, you can actually connect online with 3 other people. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And isn't that the thing they kind of took from Go, that was really popular?
That's from Pokemon
got
Go.
The big boss fights,
the raids.
Yeah, I'll probably
cool.
pick it up at some point. It definitely looks fun. It's just my problem is any new Pokemon game, I play it for about 5 hours straight, not even stopping, and then I never touch it again. Which is stupid.
It feels like it has a lot of replayability. So,
right.
I thought I was done, and apparently there's still more stuff to do. So I was like, "Oh, cool!
Hell yeah, that's awesome."
Yeah, I can agree. I'm 3 badges in, and I can agree it is fun.
Oh, I am the Pokemon champion, so I got that going for me.
It's official.
Ooh.
Yeah, I beat the game.
Got your fucking.
But there's still more to do, is what I'm saying. What? I thought I beat the game, but it didn't.
No, you gotta go kill Mewtwo or something, right?
Probably, I don't know.
Well, my show and tell, I honestly didn't really have a whole lot of ideas for show and tell, but just to keep in with the Disney theme, there's a documentary on there about kind of like the birth of the Disney parks, called The Imagineering Story, and it goes into all the design people and their kind of history and like how they kind of turned crazy ideas, things that have never been done before, and have been, adapted to all these other different forms of media, stuff like animatronics that are synced with sound and stuff like that, and seeing how all of that came to light despite basically it being impossible. It's really cool. There's only, they're all the Disney Plus stuff that's original. They're putting out episodes every week or something like that. So right now, as of recording this, there's 3, and it's actually really interesting if you like documentary type stuff.
Nice. That sounds cool. So it's like a show. Like it's not just one.
Yeah.
It's not just one like movie. It's like multiple episodes.
Yeah, it's a multi-episode series that is in documentary form. So it's kind of like a history of Disneyland, Disney World, like kind of the behind the scenes stuff of how a lot of the rides and stuff got made. I wasn't expecting it to be that interesting, but it's pretty fucking interesting.
That's
There's
cool.
a lot of
That's
history,
awesome.
so
Yeah, it'd be cool to see kind of more behind the scenes of like the theme parks and stuff.
yeah, it's like there's some crazy shit. Like there's stuff I didn't like. There's just like a huge underground network under Disney World. It's like crazy, like it's really interesting, and you get to actually see all that stuff. And I'm not like a Disney nerd or anything. Like I'm not one of those people who like go to Disney World every year or get married with Mickey Mouse or something like that. I've just found it.
You don't want to get married with Mickey Mouse?
He can officiate, and yeah, like he gives you a ring, and it's just like the Mickey Mouse symbol.
Mickey Mouse ears. All right. Well, for me, a couple weeks back, I got myself a new guitar. Ibanez Geo.
Nice. I remember that. Yes.
Chris helped me pick out a new guitar, and I went with the Ibanez Geo GRGA 120. And
Durga.
yeah, it's very nice. I mean, I'm no guitar expert, but I'd say I'm like upper beginner level, like amateur, like I can play,
Lower intermediate.
Yeah, I would say.
Something like that.
And just kind of got back into playing guitar after a few years, and it's been a blast just being like, learning new songs, writing riffs, and just figured it was time to get a new guitar. It's a nice, I think it's, what's the color? Maybe midnight black or something like that, but it's actually got like
black with sparkles.
Yeah, it's actually got sparkles on it, but I think that's pretty sweet. And I'm rocking my School of Rock Jack Black strap, so I'm very happy with the guitar. It feels
Jack
great.
Black strap.
Yeah, it feels great, sounds great, and I mean for $200, I'm not a guitar master or anything. I'm
Maestro.
not going out playing shows or anything. I'm just playing with myself. So for $200, hell yeah, great guitar.
Yeah, congrats
that's
on
pretty sweet.
your axe.
Thanks.
Have you named your axe yet?
We're still bonding, so the name,
Okay.
the name will come. It will come.
His
Oh,
name, its name will choose itself.
Yeah, it's like
you don't choose the axe. Actually, you did choose the axe, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But the axe
name will
chose you.
Yeah, I think the
Yes.
axe chose me. We chose each other. Let's be
Yeah, it
honest.
got on human Amazon and just ordered itself towards you. It's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Hell yeah! That was a weird. So, as I said, this one was fucking rough. I don't know about you guys.
Ooh.
This is easily the worst thing we've had to go through. Like, everything else has been pleasant to, like, mildly irritating so far, I would say, as far as
This
things
has
we've
been
covered.
rough, man.
But this is just like, okay. I don't want to keep talking too much, but I literally paused this movie. I counted 24 times due to cringe, embarrassment, irritation.
24?
And just had to,
That's it? Only 24?
Yeah.
24 times.
I posted
I felt
so
like
many
that was
more
a
times
lot.
than that.
I had to actually. Did you count or not? Because you'd be surprised at how many times that is.
I
was pretty-
lost count. You're going all Robotronic on me, Chris.
Yeah, you did.
I was
kinda
just
go
saying,
electronic.
I would have to stand up and like walk around and just saying no and oh my god, because it's just not. It's okay. First of all, it's obvious this movie isn't for us or me. I guess to speak for myself.
No, it's not.
I'm just
It's not.
because
music was pretty garbage and funny to me. In wait, I gotta bring that up later once we get to it.
Yeah. No, the music is that brand of it's that Disney original. Like,
it's not
genre.
even original; it's ripoffs.
No, I mean original as in like Disney Channel original. You know, like the movie because it's a Disney Channel original movie, and they always star like the people that they are on their label. So the music is just like this sterile blend of rock, country, and pop, like perfectly, like, and unfortunately rap sometimes, which is just, but it's the worst possible mixture of that. And yeah, I mean, I literally was considering just bailing halfway.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I stopped like at least, I want to say 3, maybe 4 times. However many times the fucking cat showed up on the goddamn
the cat
TV.
thing was
it was irrelevant and it made me sad. And
bullshit.
It just made me sad, and I had to sit there for like 10 minutes not paying attention to the movie, just being like, well, now I'm sad. Thanks, guys. Like, shit.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about that in depth, like in the part in the movie, because to me, but yeah, that was just one example of how just lazy and cheap, you know, the writing is for this. Because there's so many things that like that girl is dealing with, and then they just throw that in there on top of it as like this is dumb. Simple. It's literally like the cheapest form of way to make the audience feel something. Is be like, here's an animal and it's gonna die, and that's why I hate movies about like dogs and shit. Like, because they're always about the dog dying, and it's
right.
Like, and here's the thing: that part with the cat, like, it's not even mentioned in the Wikipedia plot synopsis. That's how inconsequential it was. Yet we are hung up on it because it's so dumb to like do that. You know, like.
Yeah, it was cheap. That's definitely the word.
I don't want to give my final thoughts on this, but I'm just incredulous. And it was like 2 hours long. It was like an hour and 50 minutes.
Right?
I literally started it up, and I'm like, oh, this will be a fun little hour-long like, I thought it was going to be like a Jonas Brothers-y, like high school
90-minute flick.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to be like they put on a concert, and it's like a feel-good thing. But it was almost like a mock of like a VH1 behind the music. Like, that's what they were trying to do, and it was supposed to be funny and cute, but it just pissed me off. Like,
well, you say funny. That's the thing, though. Nothing about this movie was funny. Like, it could have been a bad movie.
I didn't say it was funny,
I know. No, I'm just saying.
I said I was expecting it to be.
Okay. But
it was not
funny in the sense that it was terrible.
This movie could have been badly made, but still made me laugh while watching because they had good jokes or funny things were happening. It wasn't. It wasn't funny.
No.
It had nothing going for it. Nothing.
It was, there's really nothing redeeming about it. I literally can't even come up with one thing that redeems it. And that's crazy. Like,
the only thing that I would say redeem it is Christopher McDonald.
Oh, yeah, no, he's the only, like...
When I saw him...
He's just, like, hilarious and whatever.
I swear he's always, like, a douchebag bad guy, right?
Exactly.
Like, have we actually said what we're doing, the name of the movie?
Yeah, Lemonade Mouth, we've mentioned it.
Okay.
Was that the first time?
We're gonna dive into Lemonade Mouth.
Yeah, so...
In a moment.
Like you said, we grew up, with Disney Channel original movies and stuff. But the idea is that we wanted to do something after our time to see like, oh, let's see what happened after we left. Oh God! But I'm curious.
This might just be one bad example,
Maybe there's like, a lot of great.
You gotta think of how bad the movies we watched were too. Like,
no, they're terrible, but I feel like
there's a little charm on some of those old ones, though.
That's the thing. Some of them are really bad from like the 90s and 2000s, and I totally agree. Like, if you watch them, they're just pure cheese. But like, I feel like for those, there's at least, like you said, there's some charm to it, and also they aren't like insulting. Maybe they are. I don't know. I guess we should. That's a thing. It could just be
the nostalgia,
because obviously
or whatever.
Yeah, these are for kids. It's for families, and I think that's totally fine. It's just not for us. So,
right.
Just to start it off. Like I said, they try to set this thing up as like, it's like you're seeing this massive band who's basically the biggest band in the world, and it's like, this is how this is how we got started and stuff. Like, we're the biggest band in the world, and it's kind of doing like, I
gotta bring that up.
Yeah, go for it. What?
When they do that intro monologue, She takes a break after every fucking
Well, isn't she like, she's like,
word
"Oh,
rather than just like tell the monologue while the
Yeah.
whole thing's going. It's like, oh my god.
yeah, well,
but she's
like,
also overhyping the fuck. Well, she's not even overhyping
that's-
because they're the biggest band in the world. But she
well, that's
sounds,
the thing. Like,
talking.
she's
to
like
some
lemonade mouth, heroes, poets,
geniuses,
like,
revolutionaries, and this is
yeah.
the first thing you see, and you're like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
I feel like Lemonade Mouth maybe aren't as badass as this movie's trying to convey that they are. Just here at the beginning of
Oh,
the
you
movie,
think?
I'm already. Oh, it shows them. It cuts to them. They're like, well, before we were this big, this massive, godlike entity known as Lemonade Mouth, we were. Well, let me take you back to the beginning, right? And so we end up in a detention class. Is that? That's not really a class.
Detention.
I mean, it
Detention.
sets it up, obviously, in the beginning, taking through the characters. I mean, you get introduced to what's her name. I don't know her name. I don't remember.
Well, okay, so we've got, yeah, let me just go. I think this is order of appearance. Is Stella the first one?
Yeah, she's a little
Am I
punk
wrong?
chick.
Yeah, she's a
What's her
guitar
shirt
player.
say? What's this shirt say?
There's like question
Question
authority.
Yeah,
authority.
question authority.
She's got like pins on it. Basically, she saw like the Sex Pistols
I was gonna
movie
say
and-
like
SLC punk or something.
Right.
And it was just like she obviously is someone's idea in casting or the
Joan Jett or something like.
yeah, they're trying to do that, but that's their idea of like what a punk is, I guess,
Right.
is they got safety pins holding the sleeves together. But yeah, so what's her deal with her?
Well, she plays guitar, and her parents. She just transferred
Is
to
Love
a
it's
her.
her
school.
dad and some lady. I don't know who the lady is.
Isn't that her mom? But
I
they're
thought
just
it's her
like,
mom. And her
but they have
twin
different kids.
brothers.
They're like the Brady Bunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
they
but-
got married, and I just assume that. But yeah, so she's like, I hate you because you're my mom, and that's like the only.
Yeah,
reason,
she just got
basically.
transferred to a new school, so she or whatever.
Right.
And her parents
Yeah,
don't seem
right
to
at
pay
the beginning of
attention
the-
to her.
After Stella.
Was it Win?
Yeah, Wendell.
I think it's Wendell, Wen for short. They only call him Wen in the movie. And he,
Has got a
Hates his
hot stepmom.
okay,
I was not gonna like what?
I wrote, he has a horse and hates his dad's fiance who he will fuck one day.
Right?
I literally wrote that. I'm sorry, but I swear there's a lot of adult humor in this that
I think
whether intentional or not, there's a part where she just bursts into the bathroom and he's in there.
yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? This is like a setup of like a bad porn or something.
Right. And
Yeah.
he opens the folder and he's got all of her like pictures.
Right. Who
Yeah.
knows what that could have been like? But yeah, so when is like he's pissed because his dad is like making him late for school or something because he has to he's it's obvious he's just not happy that his dad has a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
basically.
No, he's not happy that his dad has a really hot girlfriend.
Yeah. Maybe that is part of it. He's just very frustrated. Then is it Mo? I don't
I think
remember.
it's Charles or Charlie.
Charles.
Charles, yes, it's Charles.
But they call him Charlie. Man, they should have called him Chaz. But anyway,
Fucking Jazz.
he's sitting. Either way, he's sitting in the back seat, and he's that kid who's just got a drum. He's
Yep.
got to drum those sticks, and his parents are like, they put up with it. You can tell, but they're kind of creepy. Their
Well,
whole
they want
thing
him to be his older brother. Like his brother was the stars athlete, you know, like
that was
I'm
okay.
so good.
Right. And actually, this is where I knew this movie was going to fucking suck because they were setting up this hilarious thing. It was just bizarre enough to be hilarious that his parents like want him to be his brother because he had
Right.
died. And I thought
Right.
that was so morbidly funny because remember the mom starts crying and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And she's like-
Right.
And it's like, oh, and I'm like,
It's
oh
just
my
like
God.
college.
Yeah. And that ruined
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It was so good. I literally wrote Charles' parents wanting him to play soccer because his dead brother played and was good at it is actually morbidly hilarious. And then I just wrote ... Never mind, they ruined it because
because of course they did.
because that takes the joke. It's not funny anymore once you just say Tommy's just at college, mom. Like it's not a big deal. Like that's not funny anymore. It was funny when he had to deal with insane parents who were trying to like transform him into his dead brother, like
Right.
because there's an element of darkness to it. I was very disappointed with that because I was actually getting my hopes up there, where I was like, oh, this
For
could
something
be fun.
funny?
Yeah. Well, we're not that far into it. I mean, so far it seems like we're going to get a really shitty Breakfast Club
True,
ripoff,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
But anyway, so anything else about Charles? Oh,
No.
I guess he's also, the thing about him is that he's like really good looking, but doesn't realize it throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, he's like, these girls, are they looking at me? Like,
He's kind of like the dumb, like kind of,
Fucking biffs it over the curb, checking out fucking what's her name?
Mo.
Mo. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Mo.
So that is the perfect segue into Mohini,
Exactly.
who I don't know. I didn't write down their last names, but Mo is now she's kind of does a lot actually, but her whole thing in the movie is that she has a boyfriend who's kind of a dick sometimes. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right.
and her
Would you-
dad is like controlling,
right.
wants her to like be like super smart and focus on her studies, but she's kind of is like, I don't want to as much. I don't want to
Right.
do exactly what
'Cause
you
he
want. I
didn't
want to do my
immigrate
thing.
here for nothing.
Right. It's the
That's right.
classic.
That's what he said.
But yeah, so she has a shitty boyfriend. Well, he's not shitty. It's just complicated because of.
Yeah,
But her boyfriend is in like, he's the guitar player in basically the greatest band ever, which we cannot get into yet
we'll get to it.
Because-
We'll get to it.
because oh my god. But yeah, so,
Yeah, we'll
so that's
save
Mo,
that.
and yeah, she's played by the chick who plays Princess Jasmine in
Yeah, you're right.
the new
What? For
Aladdin.
real?
Yeah,
I
I
that's
see
looked it up.
it now. I see it.
yeah. Her name's Naomi Scott because
Huh.
I was like, she looks really familiar, and then I got on Wikipedia, and it was like she's most famous for, and I was like, Lemonade Mouth, and it's like, no, it was fucking the Aladdin remake. So there you go.
So yeah,
Connection.
Lemonade,
Oh, yeah.
Lemonade Mouth.
She's really
made
great
her.
in Aladdin.
So last of the band is Olivia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this
But at
is
first,
another.
they don't really show too much about her. They just show her that she's kind of clumsy. Is all they really show right off the bat.
Yeah. I think they're trying to get across, and this is another thing I fucking hate. They're trying to get across that she's a dork who no one likes, but they're the people in these movies and shows who they always try to make like unpopular always seem like perfectly attractive,
Exactly.
normal, well-adjusted people. There's nothing weird about them. She doesn't dress weird. She doesn't act weird. Like, she doesn't look weird. Nothing about her.
Yeah, it
makes
gives you
her
the
a dork.
idea that you would think she would be the unpopular, nerdy person at school at all.
Right.
The only thing they try to do is make her seem awkward, like the way she talks.
Yeah, she was
But,
quiet and weird.
yeah, like withdrawn. But it's hard for me to buy it. Like, as someone who was like that in high school, like,
Yeah,
it just
it's just
isn't believable at all to me.
Not accurate.
So that's the band, but then we have some extra characters, which Fiend actually brought up one.
Principal.
The
I
prince-
don't know how you say his name.
Brennigan, I think?
Yeah, I
Principal
think that's right.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Well, I thought it
Yeah.
was something else. I don't know.
I don't even know what his first name is. I just called him Principal or Brennigan. But
Yeah,
Right.
Brennigan sounds right.
and he's the classic like
He's a
80s
cocky ass motherfucker. Like, he's like,
Yeah,
I own this shit. This is my shit.
right.
I'm gonna run it how I want. Like,
And I'm
He's
gonna ride
that-
my Segway all over.
Yeah, no, they did a great job making him hateable for sure.
Yeah.
But that's him though. He's just always that kind of character. I feel like he's been a principal in like 1,000 movies, but I don't think he has it all. I think I don't even know. I can't name one other thing he's in. I just
looked
know
it up. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Gilmore, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
the-
rival.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, he is that classic authority figure who like gets off on control, basically having control over students, which is very weird and creepy at times when he's
Yeah.
he's swinging his dick around like, yeah, you can't fucking, I'm going to call your dad. Like,
Right?
we've got the boyfriend, Scott.
Ah, yes, Scott.
Scotty.
I will only refer to him as Soccer Star Scott from this point.
Stalker Star Scott.
Soccer Star Scott, because
Crazy.
apparently soccer is cool.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
soccer is a pretty big thing in this.
Yeah, so that's Mo's boyfriend, and like I said, he's part of a big band. And then we also have maybe the teacher,
The music teacher, right?
music teacher. I don't know her name.
Me neither. So
Mrs.
obviously,
Somebody.
Sorry, lady. Oh, wait, hold on. I got you. It's Miss Jenny.
Miss Jenny. All right then.
Miss Jenny Resnick, I believe, is what her name is. Unless there's more teachers on the list that I don't
Wikipedia
remember.
page.
All right, so that's our main group of kids. Unfortunate
Our
souls.
all-star cast there.
Right. So now we know they're in detention, and we don't know how they got there yet. So now we know them all, and we kind of get a little idea of what they are. So, I guess when we come in.
So then it backs up and shows us how they kind of got.
Yeah, they all do something
there.
fucking stupid to get the fucking detention. Like, fucking petty things.
Like, Mo is like skipping school to go hang out with her boyfriend, stuff like that. I guess that actually does matter.
But he gets off the hook because he's the soccer
star.
Right.
Which
so,
that's a big kind of theme of the film is the whole, it's basically the arts versus sports or whatever, like
the
funding,
principle,
which is actually a true thing that like,
dude, that's real.
That's actually real.
That's right.
Basically grew up with that.
They cut out all the music shit when I was in high school, and then like they came back like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah, because the thing, for some reason, I don't know why, but it seems like usually authority figures and officials in schools seem to have a massive boner for sports and put most of the, budget and funding towards that. And they kind of explain it in this movie a bit. Like, it shows them getting, like, right off the bat, you see the weird Turbo Blast sponsorship they're getting because of their soccer team being so good. Which I thought was kind of interesting because I never really thought about I guess for me growing up in like a small high school setting, the thought of like a football team getting like a sponsorship is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's just really funny to think about.
Let's not forget it's the soccer team. I can't tell because they built a new gymnasium for the basketball team, but it's soccer season, so I'm really confused. And why wouldn't you just make the soccer stadium?
I think it's
for soccer season.
I think they're just showing that it's unfair.
Sports!
Sports! I know, exactly. It's the whole sports thing. Yeah, I get it.
But that's the thing is, that's the one thing I was like, yeah, this is actually real. Like, this is something that feels believable and real. And honestly, yeah, like the principal having such an agenda for that, I thought was actually good. Like, at this point in the movie, I'm not like upset or anything.
Yeah, it's not at an awful place here. It's just kind of like, I guess whatever.
My thing is like you said, the cool characters are the soccer stars. And they also just happen to all be in like the cool band too. So it's like this weird thing where they're both like jocks and music stars. I just don't think soccer is that cool of a sport, like I just know it as the sport where people fake like getting hurt and whatnot. I grew up playing soccer. I get why people like football because it's just like brutal as hell. People are like killing themselves out there. But yeah, I just find it funny that they have like soccer stars at their school as if they were the star quarterback or something. Right. So yeah, they get a big sponsorship due to the soccer shit. And it's Turbo Blast.
I guess like an energy drink or like Gatorade or some shit.
It's like the Power Thirst joke, basically.
Yeah, it actually shows this ad that was actually kind of funny. Kind of.
It was like, Turbo Blast. They basically are like, here's an assembly so that we can show off our new gym, I guess, and whatnot. And this is the time for Stella, punk rock, Supergirl to be a hero.
Yeah, because
basically
the assembly is actually about personal empowerment, right? Like what's his name?
I guess so.
I
didn't catch
the
that.
principal is talking about personal empowerment. So then, Stella stands up and
being
gives
a hypocrite
speech about
because we kind of skipped earlier. The principal told her like, you can't wear that shirt.
You can't wear that shirt.
Yeah,
question authority.
Yeah, he's like just bristling at the idea of it. So she uses this assembly as a chance as her political platform, and she literally says my shirt my decision, which I felt was kind of fucked up because like the my body my decision is like actually like a thing that has some resonance to it, and she's like my shirt my decision. I was like, that is the worst possible thing you could have done there. She got a fucking standing ovation for saying you can wear it.
Clapping.
Right after the cheerleaders. Right after the cheerleaders are like, "What the fuck? You won't give me your seat?"
Yeah, like it's just kind of this thing of like they're trying so hard to show how badass Stella is for, being like, she basically just said you can wear whatever shirt you want and was treated like a fucking like messiah or something. And then from there we kind of get to see, and this is my personal favorite part of the movie, was the school isn't just divided by sports versus the arts as far as like funding and like how they're treated by the staff goes. They've literally all the art programs and nerds and weirdos and people in the
basically
school,
not sports.
yeah, all the non-jocks and popular kids
Right.
have been like banished to the basement.
To the basement, yeah.
Right.
And
Which
I
is
fucking
also
love that.
Floors, by the way.
Yeah, it's like a
The
massive.
floor
It's not even. It looks like another school basically, but they
Yeah,
make
it
it look like a little run down, and like they just throw shit down there, and it's like, and that's how like most schools actually look. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this was an awesome setup for the movie, like a literal kind of physical, over the top, goofy thing of where this principal, whatever he doesn't like, he just like hides it underground.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like mole people living underground, or like the citizens in Metropolis, like, that are the lower caste of society. I actually thought that was, I loved that. And he like takes, because Stella's like trying to find where detention is, and because she knows it's down in the basement, and this kid like takes her around, like the AV club kid.
So like a new, like, fucking civilization, like,
Yeah, basically
Pretty
it's
much.
like a society, and I honestly, it reminded me of Community again. Like it seemed like something funny from like something like that's a little more tongue-in-cheek and self-aware and like very...
I could see that. If only it was more like that, but
Well, because then I thought the whole movie was going to be them fighting the principal with their music to unite the school or whatever,
Yeah, I
like,
kinda
and make it fair again. And that, like, I don't want to like spoil anything, but they definitely don't go that route.
no.
Like, it's so dumb what they actually do, which we're oh god.
So down in the basement, there's a vending machine. For
This is exactly what I was just going to
for
get to, yeah.
lemonade. First of all, I have to say, I have never in my fucking life seen a vending machine for just lemonade. Ever.
You mean that
I mean,
weird-
I'd be down for it. I like lemonade, so.
It's not just lemonade, though. It's not like there are like Minute Maid vending machines and stuff like that. This is not that. This is a weird out of
Lemonade
this.
in a jar with like a fucking
It's not a
tab on
jar. It's
a
it's
see-through
it's
can,
a see-through
right?
can.
The hell?
I don't-
The fucking
I don't
shit.
know.
Fiend,
I thought it was like a
Fiend-
jar with a tab on it.
No,
It's a
Fiend, you
see-through
would
can.
grab that and you would sit down and you would chug it because it's in a can.
Fuck it, 'cause
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
see-through. It is weird though. It's made of like
oh, shit, I
a
just
really.
realized Olivia has my problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she chugs
she
that shit.
does. She chugs it.
My first thought is like, okay, that machine is very weird, unnatural. There's no branding on it other than it says like Owl's
Mel's.
Lemonade or something.
Smells.
Mel. Right. And it's from like the 40s or something. It looks like it comes from a time where children worked in factories.
Yeah.
But the cans come out and yeah, they're like made of like crinkly, like see-through. I just thought that was so weird because those things
it
don't
was.
exist.
Yeah, I was like, what world are we in here? What is going on?
But then it's a
It was
world
some
that,
weird consistency yellow too. It wasn't like a lemonade yellow. It was like
would you say it was,
goo yellow, like Nickelodeon
Yeah.
goo yellow.
they tried to make it look more appealing, but it just looked, it was, everything about it was unnatural. It's so, I know the movie has lemonade in the title, but they could have just made it normal lemonade. It didn't have to be this weird space age like Fallout New
Right?
Vegas lemonade that comes in a see-through fucking can. And everyone like is obsessed with it for some reason. They all,
Oh my god! I can't tell you how many times I wrote on here. These kids really love lemonade. Jesus Christ, these kids fucking
it was
love lemonade. Oh my
basically-
god, these
it was
kids fucking love
just
lemonade.
it was basically just a call out to like beer or something. I felt like because they were like
maybe.
because
thought
at one point in the movie when I know it's kind of jumping ahead, but when she's in the bathroom and they're like, "Here, just drink this," it's like,
Oh,
"Here,
yeah.
drink this beer to calm your
I mean,
nerves."
I've got stuff
Yeah.
to say about that scene, but
Yeah.
yeah, I felt like the lemonade was very forced. Like the
Oh
whole,
dear
of
God! Yeah,
they just forced it so hard, and
Right.
the thing, it's like, yeah, it felt like a diabetes like PSA, like don't drink this much lemon. I know when you're young, you just drink like garbage all the time, like
yeah.
just like constantly. Basically, that lemonade machine is right outside detention, so they all kind of
Well, they
get
each
it.
get a can of lemonade
Yeah,
right before,
and we're back to the
Attention.
and Olivia narrates about it being a special moment. Once again, overhyping the shit out of getting a can of
Yeah.
lemonade. Fuck.
and then we're back in the Breakfast Club basically at that point.
this
And the
is-
teacher, the teacher's really upset, understandably, because she just had her entire. Basically, the music teacher is in charge of detention for no reason, basically. And detention is in her music room, which has just been completely upended and thrown down into this shitty room in the basement where there's leaks, and it's just a bad, shitty place because
yeah.
she basically got evicted because they had to make room for the gym, right? So
Naturally.
she is she's just like manic. She's like, I hate the principal. I gotta fucking figure this shit out and figure out a way to, get funding for the music program or something, is what it seemed like. And so she's like, be right back, kids. Start cleaning up because slave labor is a thing. And she leaves. And
This is when it begins. This is when I
begins.
knew, oh God, it's gonna be this is what we're watching. It's gonna be one of those.
My life now.
Are you kidding me? They connected all at once and played a song of Awesome. Okay,
On the
just
spot.
out of nowhere.
Well, it actually started
Out of nowhere.
It started with like a Stomp-esque kind of trash in the camp kind of
Yeah,
feel.
right.
Yeah, they're all just
From Tarzan, to quote another Disney thing. That's Disney, right?
yeah.
right.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, so he's like, do, and they start. This to me was when I started, and I'm like, this could have been okay, but I mean, I guess maybe it couldn't have. Maybe nothing could have saved this.
They're making noises just by like cleaning shit and like doing just
Spraying.
random shit. And then Mo gets
Trashing
on
the camp.
Mo gets on the upright bass and just starts playing this bass line right over
And
it.
Mo only plays violin. She says it herself.
Yeah.
She's like,
Right. I don't know what I'm doing on that. I've only played violin. It's like,
yeah, she does this. She hits this fucking tasty walking bass line
Yeah.
thing, and that's another thing that I could see this is my problem with stuff like this. Is it's the type of musical where, one, it doesn't say it's going to be a musical. You think it's them playing, like how in School of Rock, just to connect it to something we've already done. It's not like while in the movie a musical number like a Broadway musical kicks in and they're singing and playing about what they're doing. It's like they're performing rock songs, right? So in this movie, Lemonade Mouth, this first song number, they start by basically throwing reality out the door because they all just immediately know how to play an immaculate, perfectly crafted
together
pop song.
right. Perfect
Also-
song out of nowhere.
And it also sounds like professionally, like it doesn't sound like they're in the room doing that.
Right.
That would have been kind of cool, actually. Like maybe I could have chalked it up to like, wow, they're just amazing improvisers, and this truly is destiny. But it just sounded like the studio recording too.
Well, at one point there was when Olivia started singing, there was another dual voice of a male, and no male voice was singing. I don't know if you guys caught that.
No,
There was no other male
Olivia-
voice singing.
That's why Olivia's weird. She spent like months training on how to throat sing in Tibet.
Right.
No.
do, like-
The male voice, that was actually Jesus Christ himself, because this is the best fucking band on earth that
Yeah.
Jesus had to join in.
Yeah. So this was offensive to me.
Real quick,
personally.
why don't we say what everyone plays, just so we kind of know going forward? So
Oh,
we
sure,
had,
yeah,
Mo
so-
played bass, Charlie played drums, Stella on guitar, Win on piano, and Olivia was singing. So those are their instruments for the band.
Yeah.
Although they're
And
not
they
a
kinda
band. They're
just-
not a band. They just happen to be able to play fucking perfectly together on the spot.
Yeah, they connected. The stars aligned, as you would say.
It was definitely mystical. Yeah. And that being said, like they did that, and the teacher kind of heard it was basically like School of Rock, Jack Black taking a piss.
It was.
And she's like freaking out, like, what the fuck? That literally sounded like amazing. And they're all just like, well, I don't like. I was so taken back by
we kind of sucked. Like
they didn't even say that they sucked. They just were like, they don't even acknowledge they did.
Here's their exact quote.
Yeah,
she says she calls them a band, and they say, "We're not a band. We don't even know each other."
Yeah, we don't even know each other.
You just happen to all know your instruments well enough to play a completely improvised song perfectly together. But you don't even know each other. We're not a band.
Yeah. I remember I didn't write down really detailed notes, but I wrote down you gotta have beatboxing, because I think there was this time where they just really quickly beatboxed, like. And
I was like right after that when she was like talking to him, Wynn and Charles fucking beatbox so fast.
I was like, they're just trying to do Troy and Abed like in Community again. I just can't get over the like. I was just like, yeah, it reminds me of that. So yeah, that was detention.
Yeah.
Basically.
So the teacher thinks it's destiny that they should become a band, and says that they should play this
and
rising star.
She thinks it's destiny.
Yeah,
too.
but it's a rising star.
Well,
it's competition, and
actually,
the winner of that
on.
gets a goddamn record deal. That's the
yeah,
prize
so
for
that's
this
what the teacher
talent
brings
show.
up. Yeah,
a fucking record deal for a talent show.
Right?
Are you kidding me?
I guess my thing too is like, how many bands are they signing if this is every year? Like, how is there that much talent coming out of just this one school? Like,
right?
But yeah, so the teacher is basically like, you guys got to do this, and they are all very down on them.
No one wants to do it, right? No one's down.
No one wants to do it yet. However,
later
they all go off, and we kind of get a little bit more of their personal lives when we see how much he hates his hot stepmom to be so much that he won't even ride his horse.
Yeah. Oh,
he has a horse.
And I want to point out him having a horse. It's very crucial to the story.
No, it's very trying to get with his stepmom.
That's the thing.
But this horse, I mean, this is really crucial to the plot. You know, I think they really had to show that he has horses to really get across the whole fact that, you know,
it was just really
important.
weird. I'm like, it was just bizarre. Like, there's just so much. It's almost like they had a list of things they had to shoehorn in.
Yeah, and horses was one on the list.
It's so like what do little kids like? Yeah, little girls like horses. Mention horses. What makes kids sad? I don't know. Dying animals. Throw that in there.
Right?
Yeah, that's when we bring
kids
in
love beatboxing. Gotta have beatboxing. It's like, fuck. Okay. Yeah, and what else do we got with kids?
Well, that's when Olivia visits her grandma. So I'm guessing she lives with her grandma, right? Like
she lives with her grandma.
She comes home.
We find out why later.
And that's when we get the worst part of
the
worst part.
Fucking Nancy eat today?
Yeah, and it's like,
oh yeah, and it's like, no.
And then you see this.
I'm like,
I thought it was
Nancy. I thought she was like talking about her grandma, like,
yeah,
you know, Nancy, her grandma's name, and then I see her bend down to this fucking skinny ass cat, and I'm just like,
yeah.
God damn it! Like, why'd they have to go there?
And also, I thought that would be the end of it, and they're just showing that Olivia loves animals, and that's a part of her thing. Like, I thought maybe she was like a part-time vet or something on the side. I didn't know that she lived with her grandma. Like, at that moment, I thought that was just a quick bit of character backstory for her to just know a little bit more.
I mean, you find out more about it later, but
yeah, but that's the thing is that's the type of thing.
A little too much.
I didn't expect it to come back, but it was foreshadowing in the worst way. Like, fuck's sake. Yeah, then I cringed so hard with Stella and her parents. Because basically, they make Stella is a fucking idiot, basically. And they're trying to do it. Like, it's obvious that she's like a moron activist poser. She's got like a vegetarian's rock shirt on, which actually, that made me laugh so fucking hard because it was so lame and hilarious. And I actually liked her parents she's basically like, oh, I don't eat meat and I'm so awesome. And then her dad is like, well, I'm like fucking curing cancer. Well, they don't say it like that, but her dad is literally curing cancer.
It's like, I'm trying to cure cancer.
And her mom
haven't done it yet. And she's like, I know, obviously.
I know, she's such a bitch. And then her mom is like trying to solve like plastic like littering, like biodegradable plastic, basically. But Stella's just so pissy that she's like, well, I'm not as smart as you guys, so I have to.
I'm not a genius like God gifted children of my brothers or whatever.
Yeah, and honestly,
but really, she is. I mean, if you think about it, because she's musically inclined, she just her brains. Like it's like what?
But that's the thing is, to me, she comes off exactly like fucking Britta from Community. It's the same fucking joke, like just not as good. That she's like an idiot poser activist who doesn't really know anything about the things she claims to care about. She's just kind of saying and doing things because she thinks it makes her like punk or something.
And then funny how many comparisons you can make to Community here.
I couldn't help it. I'm a huge fan of Community, and I don't think it's like they were doing it on purpose, but because Community had gotten popular a little bit earlier than this was made, I almost think it was just like, subconscious. They just kind of put that stuff in there. But the whole joke with like her basically being a dumbass, I was just like, oh my God. And then that is the moment Stella realizes she's like, I don't want to be a nobody. I don't want to, like, she basically gets super down on herself and then is like, oh, I was just so like, she didn't give a shit about the perfect magical destiny moment that just happened in detention. And suddenly now she wants to, just because she wants to look like cool. Not because it was actually an amazing moment and they made a perfect song. She didn't give a fuck then. She was like, this is dumb. Fuck this. Even though I'm a musician and I'm probably dying to play with people. Only after she talks to her family and she realizes she's a fucking lame son of a bitch, that now she's like, oh, now it's that she sends the text that's like, it must be fate or whatever, right? That's the time. Right. And that to me was so fucking stupid because they just had to come up with some contrived way for them to go off and not form immediately and then magically
well, how'd she get their numbers anyways?
I wondered
exactly. They didn't know each other.
It doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. And that's when that was like strike two for me. I was like, okay, it's going downhill. It's going down fast. Like,
they could have easily had her fucking do handwritten notes. That would have made a little bit more sense. But the fact that it was text,
so much.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I guess my biggest problem with this is that Stella, like, she's trying to prove her parents wrong, but her parents, like, love and support her no matter what. So it's that classic, like, whiny kid. Yeah,
honestly,
thing.
She's like one of, like, basically just like the main character, I guess. And she is just annoying as fuck. Like, she's not even likable.
Yeah. No, she's very unlikable. She's, like I said, she's like Britta. She's like, you're supposed to kind of think that she's dumb, like, but she's our hero. So strap in for that because.
And while we're on the phone thing, I thought it was kind of funny that they're all in class at school and they all have their goddamn phone notifications on loud.
Yeah. Well, you got to have that you think you could just have a little vibrate noise though, like
it's just your dumbasses. You're in school with a hard ass principal for one, and you all have your phones on loud notification volume.
We're gonna have to like that. We're nitpicking so many little things, and there's so many massive. That's just how deep the problems go with this. You could just nitpick it for like 8 years.
True.
But basically, though, I think do they all go out to eat and Stella?
Yeah, they go to the pizza place and then they decide that we should try this out. And she's like, good, because I've already entered us in these like fucking things.
Halloween Bash
and contests. Halloween Bash and what was the other one?
Rising Star.
Rising Star.
Rising Star was the other one. Yeah.
So this actually sets up. This is kind of important because now we have a timeline. Like they have a gig to prepare for, and then they have a final big show that like matters more than anything. So that's like now they're like, okay, this is what we're looking at, and they have to start rehearsing.
Yeah, and while we're still on the pizza thing, I mean, maybe call me a fat ass, but there are 5 of them. One pizza. I mean. I think I'd need.
Yeah, but those are Disney actor kids. They don't eat that much pizza.
They're all eating like one slice.
Don't keep their job.
I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need.
I mean, that was pretty fucked up. I will say. I didn't expect the pizza place to come back later either, but it did.
Pretty big part, yeah.
Right?
Maybe this whole movie is just like the beginning stuff where I'm like, oh, that's inconsequential. Like by that standard, though, a fucking horse should have ran in with, like, well, I'll say it later, but his, what's the name of the girl that he's so mad at? When?
Sydney, I think.
Sydney should have came flying in on a horse at some point. And it would have actually mattered then, you know. Anyway, yeah, so this is another thing that just irrationally pissed me off. They just perfectly improvised and completed a song where they all knew the same words despite, you know, having never met. And now they can't fucking practice a song.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at rehearsal, like, because they basically go to the music room and they just can't get it together at all. And it's sounding pretty bad.
Well, yeah, let's talk about this. So they're doing their practice, like you're saying. It shows them practice a riff for like 5 seconds. And honestly, it sounds whatever. It's not like they're like...
It sounds like a band of kids in junior high or whatever.
But 5 seconds, and then they're just like, fuck this. It's like been 5 seconds.
I imagine they'd been at it for a while. You know, like, I know that it didn't show a whole lot, but I imagine that was... But here's
kind of
my
like
problem.
A sped up time lapse.
Yeah, like you come in at when it's not going.
That makes sense.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's so stupid because we just saw their chemistry, and then the girl Mo is like, I can't play bass. Why am I can't be in this band. I can't play bass. And I'm like, bitch, you just fucking play bass.
Yeah,
like,
you all just wrote a like flawless song together, like with no errors.
Yeah. And then I think, do they just at that point just magically put a song together?
Okay, so Mo and
I didn't write it down.
Mo and Charles start to leave because they're like, it's just not going to work. Then the others start playing
Charles
together.
Is obsessed with drumming.
No, it wasn't even the others started playing together.
No.
Wynn started playing, and Charles turned around and jumped on the drums.
Okay, yeah.
After he started to leave, like, what?
Yeah.
And once again, they put together another flawless song, no errors, and they even have harmonies and multiple vocals. How the fuck do both singers know the lyrics they're making up on the spot?
Because Radio Disney is just like shooting their music directly into
Because of
their
the
brain.
lemonade, bro.
The lemonade.
Oh my god, that's
the lemonade.
Maybe
the key was the lemonade. That was the magical moment.
Oh my god,
like
I think you just cracked it. Okay.
You just cracked open that can of lemonade.
Oh my god.
No, hold on. So I think you just made it clear. The lemonade is weirdly colored. It's like not normal color. It's like kind of radioactive looking.
Down
it's
in the basement.
Weird. Yeah, it's in this
right
weird.
next to the detention room.
So maybe it's like this mutation thing that like made their brain, or maybe it's magical, like aliens put it there. But now,
the magical juice, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because before
that gives
that,
them the power to like be able to.
Then later they give it to the crowd, and then all of a sudden the crowd loves them.
Oh my god, Fiend!
It all came together.
Yeah, I know. I'm awesome.
That's some like government. That's like secret government shit. Like,
dude, this movie rocks now.
Yeah, if you think of it as like a sci-fi horror, then it's good.
Yeah, if only that was what it was. But
it actually is a horror film in a lot of ways. But
let's get back to reality.
They play this. What's the name of this song? It's Is it Determinate?
Oh, Determinate. Or is it?
That's not yet.
No, that's later.
That's the only one I kind of remember.
It's supposed to be like it's like Stella has this energy of like, I'm a punk, and everyone else doesn't, but they're like this, they're supposed to be this kind of like anti-authoritarian band because they're all against the principle and shit, but their music sounds like the most bubblegum glossy.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck genre even is it? I couldn't even put my finger on what kind of genre it even is.
I said it's Disney Channel original music, basically. That's the genre.
Yeah,
it's the perfect it's a blend of rock, pop, and country. Like, it sounds like a country song with the guitars and stuff, but then there's like a rock solo and it's just pop to the max, you know. But that's the thing, is like I was expecting when I chose this movie based on what I had seen of it, that they were playing like punk rock or like pop punk or something. Like,
that's what I would have figured too.
That brings us, speaking of shitty music,
we go to the concert, to the garage concert,
the rival band.
Oh my god, yes.
So who wants to say the name of this band?
Can I just read my notes right here?
Yes,
I mean, sure.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Chris.
This bullet point for this scene just starts out, oh, holy fuck, no. No, 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 no. No. Rap rock, no. No.
No, you know what I immediately heard when I heard this song start? Fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, the bass, yeah.
Yes, the
it's
bass,
very
and
much like
even
that.
even it reminded me of like "Give It Away Now" or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like even the way he was singing and stuff, I was like,
rappy
"Oh
kinda
my god!"
Yeah, and the whole song. So I would actually agree. It sounds like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Sum 41 mixed together.
Yes,
basically.
Because
Yes,
it's like a
that's
pop.
Because they're like like the terrible cadence of rapping.
right.
Like,
Yeah, you're right.
and I actually fucking love these guys because if you take the song out of context of the movie, it is hilarious. Like how, like it's just so cartoony. Like the song is pretty much about like I'm gonna steal your girl and like I have a cool car. Like every
Yeah.
song they do is that.
Pretty
And
much, they're like the
it's-
douchiest guys ever.
Yeah, they actually lean into being douchebags. And okay, maybe it's time to reveal their name because it's on the side of their trailer. And just to reiterate,
They
this
have a
is
trailer.
This is Soccer Star Scott's band.
Yeah,
with
which is
his-
Moe's boyfriend. Moe's
And
boyfriend.
this is-
Scott.
And Scott, his best friend is the lead singer, and his name is Ray, I believe.
Yeah.
And I just wrote douchebag next to his name. But
Sugar
I actually
Ray.
I love him though. I really do. He is so horrible and great, like just gloriously bad. Like, so do they perform and she comes in, or they
Yeah,
talk
they're-
first and
they're-
then perform?
talk first.
They
and then
talk first.
perform.
Because
And
They're like, "Oh, there's this other band taking up half my set list."
yeah.
And she's like, that's my band." Okay.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
well, here's
What are
the
you
thing.
gonna do about
I liked that part because I thought this was going to be one of those stupid liar revealed stories where Mode never tells him that she's in the other band.
I
and
thought
it's
that
like,
too.
and then once she plays live, he'll see and be pissed. And that will be like a big third act thing. They immediately subvert that. So bravo, kudos. You
Yeah,
actually
kudos for that.
subverted a trope that I hate. She immediately, like Fiend said, is just like, that's my band, bitch. What are you going to do about it? Like, but yeah,
agree.
they're just pissed they have to share their slot for Halloween. And then they fucking kill it in this show. They get up
Yeah.
there.
And they're playing in a fucking warehouse.
We didn't
or
say their
something.
name.
Yeah, so
We didn't say their name.
the band is called Mudslide Crush.
I'm not joking. No hyperbole. That is the worst band name I have ever heard. I cannot. That is. It sounds
Mudslide
like
Crush.
shit flavored soda or something. Like
Sounds like a Pokemon attack.
it really does.
Slide brush.
It
Oh my
doesn't
God.
sound like. It doesn't sound like the coolest band in the world, or in this town at least.
Well,
That's
you've
for
never
damn
met
sure.
these guys. They are the fucking hippest.
Well, I have
cats in
now.
town.
Holy shit!
Mudslide Crush. They got their own trailer. They're playing in a warehouse.
Dude, they got like
My
groupies
God.
and shit. Like they
are
sorry,
the fucking shit.
Mo like doesn't want to like them, and she's mad kind of, and she's still smiling like, yeah, they can get it. Like that's the whole thing, is like they are gods basically. Mudslide Crush are gods. Like
I mean, yeah,
they're basically the Beatles in this universe.
pretty
you know?
much.
It's insane.
So now we're back to
Detention.
the school, the kids, the band, and once
They
again
all-
I
They
wrote
play
down.
their next song.
Well, hold on.
Yeah. So I
They
also.
all.
Well, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say they get more fucking lemonade.
Yep, I wrote. Damn, these kids drink a lot
Yeah.
of lemonade. All right,
And
yeah.
telling you the lemonade's the magical thing.
I think
But
it might
here's
be
the
on-
thing: as they're drinking it,
The toilet flushes. Is that what you're
the
gonna
toilet
say?
flushes, and I was like, is that a joke about it like being like piss, and like that's
Yeah,
why they like.
Yeah, that was gross
And then-
as hell.
Yeah, so they're drinking bright yellow liquid, and then you hear a toilet flush, and they all kind of like swallow harder. They're like, "Ugh," you know, and then they're like, haha, anyway, why don't we practice? Or
Yeah, but
whatever the
no.
fuck.
Then Olivia has a open lemonade with still a little under half left. And she
I'm gonna
stands
go
up.
get another-
She stands up
I
and
gotta go
says, "I'm gonna go get another lemonade." Bitch, you haven't even finished
She
your
was-
current
no,
one.
She was gonna chug it when she gets back, okay?
Do you
That's
have
the
to get
thing,
it?
though.
And one big gulp.
I think the lemonade is addictive as well, and that's why they
Yeah.
get so mad later.
Maybe
but anyway,
she's like, damn it, I gotta get another one just in case they run out.
yeah,
or
they
something.
put crack. They put crack in the lemonade. That's got to be it too.
Yeah,
It's a government. It's like Stranger Things, where they have like the secret stuff going on in the small town.
Oh yeah.
But here it's a lemonade machine. So
If only, man. If only. But this is another
Yeah.
important part because this is where they're
Yeah,
trying
go
to
for
come
it.
up with their band name. So
Right.
the ones that they
we all know it's hard.
Oh yeah.
Grim, what was your band's first
Yes,
name?
I actually was.
love
I
it.
was actually going to bring that up. So,
Because I love this
so
name. and I think it's
my sixth grade band, we were a real hit. Playing the school basement. Actually,
wow, lots of parallels.
I actually came up with this name. We were called Wicked Jimmy. So.
I didn't remember that one. I'm remembering.
Oh,
a
whoa!
different one.
Okay, so before that name, for a short period of time, we were called Deep Blood. Deep
That's
Blood,
the one I remember.
pretty hardcore,
Deep
know.
Blood.
Deep Blood. I mean,
You just play.
Did you like
You just
listen
play the
to
Rip the
Deep
Smoke on the
Purple,
Water
but
back.
like blood?
yeah, I mean, it was pretty hardcore. Deep Blood, and we were the kids. You don't want to mess with us, Deep Blood. But then,
Yeah.
so I got the name Wicked Jimmy from in a science class. We were watching Apollo 13, and one of the characters says, "We got a wicked shimmy," and for some reason I thought he said Wicked Jimmy, and I was like, dude. And I told my friends, I was like, Wicked Jimmy. And I don't know, they may have hated
Hell
it, but
yeah.
we went with it. Wicked Jimmy. And we were the coolest cats around. Not. But Wicked Jimmy, that was it. There's the story.
I forgot about Wicked Jimmy. I was
Wicked Jimmy,
thinking
man.
of Deep
Wicked
Blood.
fucking Jimmy. Can't beat
Yeah.
it. We played Smoke on the Water.
I was gonna
Nation
say,
Army,
did you?
Smells Like Teen Spirit. A lot of S's. Was a is good.
Very alliterative.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Sixth grade.
So anyway, so that's how you got your name. We got to figure out how this motley crew got their name.
Yeah, so it's lunchtime, and
and
Ray the douche, the lead singer of Mudslide Crush, is hassling Olivia.
Yeah.
So Stella.
Well, actually,
okay, go
Olivia,
ahead, go ahead.
they get a turbo boost, is what it's important to note, because like Turbo Boost is the new sponsor, and it's only.
Or is it Turbo Blast? I don't remember.
Oh, sorry, I think it's Turbo Blast. I wrote down Turbo Boost, but
Same thing.
it's like if you're cool, that's the only thing you drink, is what it's obvious, right? So
Oh, no doubt.
already the lemonade is like counterculture. It's like sub underground cool shit, and the Turbo Blast / Boost is like the corporate sellout drink. But Olivia goes to get one because she doesn't want to actually get diabetes. Well, actually, Turbo Blast is probably Gatorade, so it's the same thing. But yeah, then Ray starts fucking hassling her like I don't even remember what he's giving her shit for. Like,
Well, it's because they are the other band.
but right, I get that, but what is he like superficially giving her shit for? Is it for just getting Turbo Boost? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
It's not important. Either way, he starts giving her shit because you're in this other band that's stealing our stage time. And it starts to turn into a kerfuffle because I think Charlie tries to be kind of a badass, but then doesn't actually fight. And then Stella comes in here like a beast and just hits him with the green mist.
No, the yellow mist.
Well, it's fucking green on screen because it's like that greenish tint. I mean, it's yellow mist, yeah, but it's basically like pro wrestling as fuck. She's like,
Yeah.
what does she just gets a big fucking mouthful of lemonade. Do you see where this is going? And sprays that bitch in the face and humiliates
Boom, baby.
him. Yeah, like straight up Asuka
Yeah.
in the face, and everyone is just like, whoa, because it's that classic school drama thing. Everyone's been at school when some crazy girl like dumped milk on another girl or some shit.
We've
Everyone's
all seen
been
it
there.
in the lunchroom. It all, we've all had a moment.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
You do.
And yeah, so everyone is like, oh, the principal comes in on a Segway, I believe, and is like, what's going on? And they all get detention more, basically, because they got to keep like coming up with a reason for them to be in detention over and over again, I think. Or are they not in detention? They just go there now for fun.
I think I just go there.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And that's how they get the greatest band name in the world, Lemonade Mouth.
Lemonade
it's almost as,
Mouth.
it's there's nothing better than that origin story. Move over, Tenacious D, putting your ass cheeks together to knock Ish D. This is how you form a band. This is how you get your name. Lemonade.
Well, and
man.
Also, just to be clear too, like she did that, and then as they're arguing to the principal, Ray calls her Lemonade Mouth.
That's true, yeah.
And then we get that really grating, like annoying Olivia overdub where she's like, and that's how we got our name, I guess.
And then they play this Katy Perry fireworks parody song.
I don't remember that.
It was called "She's So Gone," and it totally was Katy Perry's fireworks.
Oh wait, I do kind of. Was that the one that's not them playing it? It's just like the, or is it them?
It was.
I don't remember it at all.
Room. I know that.
Okay, because
they're playing another song.
It was like right after they get their band name, or during that time.
So Wendell and Olivia, hang out and start working on some music. Finally, kind of see them actually writing a little bit or coming up with stuff. And once again, these kids fucking love lemonade because Olivia's grandma is pouring them some lemonade. Even outside of the school, all these kids drink is lemonade.
Yeah, it kind of actually, now that we're saying this a lot, it reminds me of other Disney Channel original movies where there's just like a thing that is, oh God, what am I thinking of? It's just that thing where there's a stupid thing that becomes this thing that runs through the whole movie.
I know what you mean. I just can't think of any other examples.
I can't think of it at all.
Mean.
But it's like in this movie, they decided to make that thing the entire movie, as opposed to it just being a thing that they like or something. It doesn't make any sense, but it's like bagels or something in Xenon or something. It's like, yeah, bagels. It's like, I don't know. Like, I have no fucking clue, but
yeah.
Either way,
once again, we get a little bit more story here. Wendell, or Wen, I guess, says, Olivia, your cat's really old. And then Olivia starts crying.
So fucking dumb.
And explains.
And then I start crying and have to sit there for like 15 minutes and like not pay attention to the movie and like, yeah.
But here's the thing, and that's horrible. Like, I hate that they did this, like, because it's unnecessary. But is this the part where she brings up her, or is that later?
Well, she talks about it was her mom's cat, and her mom's dead.
Right. It's the last thing she has that she remembers of her mother.
So why did it have to be a cat? Can't she just be upset that her mom died and she's sad about it? Like, maybe it could have been more recent, and so she still like hasn't fully, like, doesn't that make more sense than it just being like? Or it could have been anything. It didn't have to be another like an animal dying. Like, it feels just bad.
It was just to give Olivia another shitty thing that, make you feel bad.
But there's so much that's already bad.
They're just piling literally everything on there. It's like, oh, what else can we do? How about a dying cat?
The real reason they did it is because it's lazy, and it's like, oh, how do we make kids feel bad? Let's show the dying, like, let's talk about an animal dying, because it's lazy and shitty. Whereas they could have just used the stuff with her mom and like what stuff we find out later and gone all in with that, and it would have been perfectly acceptable that she cries a lot. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's plenty of reason to
also
cry.
She's like a teenage girl who's growing up. Like, that's shitty just by itself. Like, maybe she could have talked about how like she's always felt like an outcast. There's so much they could have done. But they went with the dying cat thing, and it's so stupid.
Cheap and unnecessary.
Yeah, it's cheap. Honestly, like, we're gonna shit on that for the entire rest of the episode, and we're gonna beat that dead horse. I almost said dead cat.
Yeah,
we're gonna beat that.
There are horses in this movie too, so
yeah, Anyway, though, so they have like kind of a bonding moment, and like we start to see some like chemistry, kind of like that they might have like kind of a spark there.
Win also starts playing piano on his laptop. I don't see a MIDI keyboard or any interface.
You can do that, but you have like this tiny little keyboard to play. You can't do like it's like literally less than an octave. Like, I don't know how the fuck he's
that's why I was like,
out.
Wow, this guy must be the Lemonade, right?
Well, and that's the thing. This is the birth of their hit song, Determinate.
That's right.
Because she's like, what does determinate mean? And he's like, it means you're determined or some bullshit. But
yeah, you're right. That is a little bit origin there.
Yeah, so that's like their first like song that like it's like, oh yeah, this is the one. Like they obviously big it up, you know, in the plot.
Yeah, now we're back to the school, and once again I write down, Jesus Christ, these kids love lemonade, because they're going to the band room and they're like, you know what time I think it is? And they all in unison say, lemonade! And then they realize there's a sign on the lemonade machine scheduled for removal. Dun, dun, dun!
Yeah, that was dumb, because wouldn't it just like not be there like one day? It's not like they would put like, I can understand if it was out of order or something, but
yeah, and the faculty acts as though they don't even know about it and they claim it should have been removed ages ago. Then how the hell does it keep getting restocked? Huh? Because obviously those kids are goddamn drinking probably 20 a day.
The lemonade, it's an inside job for sure. It's a conspiracy.
God just fills it himself because, you know, these are his fucking, this is his own band that he's created, so he needs to keep them fueled.
Yeah, or if we go with the whole sci-fi thing that Fiend kind of came up with, maybe the kids are kind of on to how good they're getting. The people who put the lemonade thing machine there are like, oh shit, they're gonna figure us out. We better like get this out of here. So
That's right.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what happens after they drink the lemonade?
All right.
Or, no, they don't. They just see, but they get really pissed and they go to the principal, don't they? Like,
yeah, and they're like, it's getting removed because of the Turbo Blast sponsorship deal. They can't have both or whatever.
Yeah, it's in the contract that they can't, you know, have any competing beverages. So no water, no milk, I assume. Gotta just drink that Turbo Blast.
So then we get a little bit more with the characters. Wynn's dad's girlfriend is moving in and they're getting married, and Mo sees her boyfriend, Scott the soccer star, flirting with another girl, and they break up.
Scott and Mo are like, no Mo.
No Mo.
Kind of no Mo, but they still are Mo.
It's complicated. He's kind of fucking around with this other girl who's like basically just, you know, attractive, popular girl number 2. And, yeah.
Now it's time for the Halloween bash. These decorations, man, they're actually pretty elaborate for a
big day.
There's a massive stage for a high school dance, I would say. You know, they really go all out. They even decorated the bathrooms.
It always, I gotta say though, I get annoyed in any kids show or movie where like things are, they put more effort into that kind of stuff than is actually realistic. I don't know why. It's just,
oh yeah, if it were realistic, there'd be a few ghosts hanging up and maybe like a pumpkin.
They rolled out the red carpet and yeah, it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So Olivia's nauseous with stage fright. She's in the bathroom, and like Fiend you were talking about, right?
Been there.
She's yeah. And they give her a lemonade, and she's good to go.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, here's what happens. Stella takes a lemonade from her fucking skirt,
like a Pokemon trainer.
Hands of, yeah, like a fucking tactical belt. She pulls a can out of her skirt, hands it over the stall, and she drinks that fucking lemonade in the bathroom stall once again, like a piss toilet joke.
Oh God, yeah.
That they just did earlier, and she's chugging that shit like Fiend. Like you can hear her. She opens it, and you just hear like and then, oh my God, it was weird. It was like so cartoony and strange, and it's in the bathroom to boot. I don't know, like just the thought of drinking like very yellow liquid in a toilet. I just don't.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's not like you.
All we were missing was another flush after she like came out of the stall and like was like, okay, guys, I'm good. But yeah, you're right. It cured her completely. Stage fright.
All you need is some lemonade.
Yeah, maybe that's another thing about it. It has curative properties. But yeah, she comes out and she's like, okay, guys, I'm ready. Let's do this. And they go up on stage after, I think, did Mudslide Chode play first? I can't even remember.
No, they play second.
So they're opening for them. Okay.
Yeah, Lemonade Mouse the openers.
So they come out and they start playing the song. And
Determinate. They play Determinate, right?
Yeah, but it starts with this like soft ballady kind of feel. It almost feels like Evanescence or something, right? If I'm remembering correctly. And then it just takes an immediate left turn, and they just go into this crazy electronica Lady Gaga type song. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I guess that's the first time you see them play it. They nailed their cue. There was no click track needed.
Yeah, everything was perfect. I mean,
they just played it. It was almost like it was pre-recorded, like at Disney Studios, and then they were like, it was just an amazing moment. They nailed it. And then, so when like has this like, it's like we're realizing they have talents that go even deeper.
yeah, he's like a killer rapper too, right?
Yeah, he's like a fucking rapper, and he has a keytar.
He's like,
which
but he's saying words, you know.
Yeah, he was like actually rapping like furiously. He kind of hinted that he could do that earlier, actually, right? Because when they were talking,
yeah.
But he comes out and like people are just like switching instruments and singing backup, and he gets a keytar.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know Olivia could play anything, and she's like she ends up like playing guitar.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah, and so it's this massive musical, like, you know, extravaganza, and everyone is like loving it. Even the principal, who like hates
everybody's
them,
totally into it.
He's rocking out to the dance song. But then here's the problem. They go from the dance song, and suddenly it becomes this weird, like, lame-ass political monologue from Stella.
But before that, real quick, can I say something before that?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I just want to say, as far as them playing, the drum sound is sounds electric, not acoustic at all. The instruments the instruments aren't even plugged in, and they go ICP with their Faygo, but instead of handing out Faygo, they start handing out damn lemonades to the crowd.
Well, that's right as they start doing that kind of like political monologue, because it's like Stella's like, this is our chance to like stick it to the man. The power
the lemonade to the crowd, and the crowd starts to love them.
You're right. It all comes back.
That's this whole thing though was so fucking weird to me, because they start chanting and doing like really cheesy ass like marching stuff. Like their one political song is so upbeat and positive and non-aggressive, and the principal in the he's like freaking the fuck out. He's like so upset and angry. The song isn't even saying anything subversive. It's literally like trying to. It makes Green Day sound like the Dead Kennedys as far as the political message goes, right? Like I was just completely taken aback by how much he's like. I guess it was because Stella was like, they're gonna take away our lemonade. We got to do something about this. Also in their performance, like fucking Mo is up there like Cliff Burton, like whipping her hair around like a beast. Like they all have like insane. They basically, their one performance, like all of their theatrics and whatnot come out, and they are able to convince the entire school. They start a grassroots initiative to keep Lemonade Machine for like no reason. No one gives a shit about the lemonade. So Fiend's point, once again, I think it does. They hand it out and everyone is sold.
Yeah.
It's like if only people would like vote, like that would be cool.
Well,
but
we just got to get them to drink lemonade. So yeah, back at the school now. They can't play at the school anymore, but like you said, this initiative, this revolution has started. The students are buying their bootlegged CDs, right, for that they recorded at the show.
Well, they're putting posters up in the cheesiest, lamest way. Like, yeah, they're like hanging up posters all over the school and like flyers and stuff. It's kind of like they're trying to make it like this is like an underground political movement that is going to, you know, overthrow some kind of regime. You know, it's like fucking Les Mis or something. And they're getting like the rebels are like the rebel forces are growing, you know. Yeah. And
there was the one funny part of this movie happens here where the custodian is trying to like remove a Lemonade Mouth Forever banner, but he's just like poking it with his whatever broom, and the principal's like, it's not a piñata, don't poke it, take it down. That was the one part I was like, that was actually kind of funny.
But that joke didn't make sense, because he said it's not a piñata. He should say it is a piñata. You got to hit it. See, it's backwards.
That's true.
Didn't make any sense. I just ruined the one funny part of the movie.
It wasn't that funny, but it was kind of funny the way he said it, and he was trying to okay, either way. So Dante says that the Lemonade Mouth can play at his pizza place. And I gotta say, I've never been to a restaurant that has red Solo cups as their cups. Just an interesting tidbit.
They're to save money.
That's true. I don't blame them. I'm just saying, I've never seen it.
Or they're getting lit in there because they're fucking
$5 a cup.
Yeah, exactly. Keggers. After school keggers. Dante's like, don't tell your parents.
Kegger full of lemonade.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
So they play at the pizzeria. People love them. The pizzeria employees even start dancing. They even rotate singers. Like, everyone in this band can basically do everything perfectly that they can, without even practicing. They could just each play each other's instruments. Everyone can sing so well. It's like, Jesus.
It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. It's like that's what I was thinking is like, these kids are insane. And to think they almost didn't get together just because didn't.
Just no real reason. Yeah.
Also, I guess we kind of skipped just real quick. They once again are kind of right before they play the pizza place. They're really hinting that they're going to break up for like they're like, oh, I guess we have to break up or whatever. And then they see like a sign or something that someone hung up. I can't even remember. I might be getting things mixed up.
No, they're just looking. They just didn't have a place to play, and she's like,
okay, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. I must be thinking of something later. Then.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, so while they're playing there, Scott, the ex-boyfriend, seemingly having regrets about, messing everything up and whatnot. And
right.
Yeah. But these 5 kids are goddamn celebrities at school. Like, people are just, like, fawning over them, right? Like, they're celebrities. After, like, what, 1 or 2 shows?
Yeah. See, I thought it was that they wanted to keep playing at the pizza place because they felt like they had to, because like they had so many people love them that it would be a shame to break up the band.
Yeah, because they know people love them and they've started.
That's what I was meaning.
They've started.
And then they immediately are like, just like, let's do this. And so basically they have the full support of the school, and you kind of see the, what are they called? Fucking mudslide. Crush. You kind of see them losing their status.
Mudslide Crush ain't the cool kids in town anymore, when Lemonade Mouth's running around.
Yeah, they've kind of supplanted them as the cool kids.
Yeah, then we get the moment it happens. Nancy, Olivia's cat, dies, and all of the kids come and they share more about their personal life problems, and they sing a song because, of course, they sing a song.
This is what when I got really mad, because the actress for Olivia is like acting like her ass off through this, and then they just spring this that her dad's in prison on top of that, and that's why, and she's estranged from him, and she feels all this guilt because she doesn't love him anymore, or she loves him but like she doesn't talk to him or respond to his letters and all this shit, and it's like super deep and dark. And honestly, that is all you need, like, for her character. Like, why isn't she crying about that the whole time? Like, once again,
so much.
The cat thing just was so unnecessary, because all you needed was that her mom is dead and her dad is in prison, and it's horrible for her to go through. It was so lame to have the cat have to die
unnecessary,
like that.
cheap.
It's very sad. It made me sad.
It was sad, and then they do a song where like they kind of cheer up, and they're like, "We'll always be there for each other. We're
like
always
friendship, love, and all."
And
that.
I mean, honestly, that's great. That's a great message for kids to have. Like, it's great. Like, good stuff. Like, positive, healthy, being there for people, being able to talk about things. Like, that's all great. But the fucking set it off with Nancy's death is just not cool at all.
Rest in peace, Nancy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Nancy.
This one's for Nancy. Pour one out for a real one.
Pour out a lemonade for her. All right, so Lemonade Mouth is getting big. They're playing on the radio now, and they're all freaking out, like, that's awesome. But then, everything bad. Literally,
yourself on the radio. Duh.
Yeah, I mean that is awesome. But then everything bad seems to happen at once. Like literally everything bad.
So gets sick.
Yeah. So here's everything that happens.
This is bullshit.
Can I run down what happens, or
let's
let me
go.
just say,
Mo gets sick.
Yeah, run him down.
So
fine.
a food fight erupts at Lemonade, the pizza place, so they can't play anymore. There. Charlie gets rejected by Mo, so there's a little awkwardness between them. And he breaks his
How did he
fingers.
hurt his arm? Yeah, or his.
He broke a stick, and then he like slammed them in a
slammed his own
toolbox or
hand.
something.
He
broke-
slammed his own fingers in a drawer. He
What a
literally
dumbass.
Yeah, I was like, this. Yeah, continue. Sorry,
Then
I'm just getting mad.
Win damages his eye by getting poked by a picture frame in comical fashion.
Oh,
Mo gets sick. Olivia and Win get in a fight. Stella. And then do you have anything else to say about that? Because then they go and they protest the lemonade machine removal.
I
And
thought
they-
Stella
I
wasn't going to do anything, but
I have lots to say.
protested the lemonade shit, and then she gets picked up
They
and
get
they get in a
fucking
fight
arrested.
and thrown into jail.
That's literally like That's Britta protesting something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, real quick though, I gotta say, first of all, yeah, that whole thing of them all getting sick was like voodoo curse
Yeah,
Brady Bunch.
everything at once.
Yeah, it was like a children's play, but yeah, that was stupid. Then Stella, when she was at the school protesting, did anyone else just immediately go, that is the worst day for night shot I've ever seen?
Oh
where
my
they had-
god, yeah, the
was-
storm was
They're
so
trying to make it look
bad.
You could tell it was a hot sunny day in LA that day because it was so bright. They put a blue filter over
and
it.
the rain effect, and even the sounds were so bad.
It just was so bad looking. Worse than anything I've seen even from the olden
Yeah,
days, right?
that was awful.
yeah,
I wrote that down.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and continue. That was just fucked up.
Yeah,
I was
so-
taken aback.
All that bad shit happens. They are in jail, basically, right? Waiting to get picked up.
Yeah,
by
they
their
go to
parents.
prison.
And they're in there, and then once again, they have one of their magical moments and start making beats with random shit like their
Prison
zippers and like hitting the wall and the bars, and they break out into a new song, and they make up and they're all good. Cause,
Yeah, well, I would have loved to just hear someone go, "Hey!" and like interrupt
Yeah.
them, and then it pans across, and you just see this guy with like a knife.
that would
Like
have
a shiv.
been really
We're
funny.
gonna come back to the Win story though. When their parents come pick him up, it's his dad's girlfriend,
right.
and
And she should have been on a horse.
Oh,
She should have been on a
right.
horse.
what a waste.
No, I
he
love-
he embraces her, and he's like, "Thank
Yeah.
you for coming."
That's his
Wow,
character
chicka, wow,
arc.
wow.
Oh
chicka,
yeah,
wow,
that's right.
wow.
Yep.
That's when I was like, they're
Real
gonna
talk.
fuck for real, for sure.
Yup.
This moment though, Olivia's grandma goes up to her, and I swore to God she was gonna say, "Following in Daddy's footsteps, are we?"
Oh shit.
Well, I thought that it would, since they just talked about how he's in prison and then she goes to jail. I thought they would, but
You
of
know,
course they wouldn't.
give
in
a
hindsight.
reason. Then they all at once kind of fix their problems with their parents. Like Mo explains to her dad, like,
Yeah.
I want to be myself, not what you want me to be. And he's like, okay. Hugs his dad's fiance, and they're like, okay, it's cool. Charlie's brother Tommy picks him up and tells him, you know what? Tell your parents you want to play music instead of soccer. And they make it like it's this huge deal. Like, why don't we go tell him together? Like he's coming out.
I think the thing was that he didn't make it on the soccer team, which they cared about so much, and he lied and said that he did. So the brother has to be like, I flunked out of college, basically, or he can't. His grades are so bad he can't play sports, and he's got to say that he didn't make it onto the team, and they thought it'd be. He was like, this will be easier if we just do it.
That's what he meant by tell them together. I was thinking he meant I'll go with you and we can
That's
tell
what he
mom
really
and
meant, yeah.
I thought he meant like we'll go there, we'll tell mom and dad together.
I
like,
can just
I
say
wanna
that
play
it
drums.
didn't seem fully. It didn't seem fully clear. They all solve all their problems with their parents, but they've all kind of have these almost supernatural bad luck thing that just happened to them. But now they feel so good that they're like, oh, well, despite all this bad stuff happening that's like actually physically ailing us and might make it impossible to do our job, let's go ahead and do the show anyway.
Yeah, let's do it anyways.
Like, let's do it anyway, even though you're blind, your fingers are broke. That won't be important if you're a drummer. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen. Like, that sort of feeling going into this.
So they do the competition. Mudslide Crush plays a song with lyrics
And
I
they
wrote down.
crushed it.
I wrote
I was
down
going to say,
lyrics.
would you say you crushed it?
Don't you wish you were us?
He's wearing
And he's wearing a shirt with his own
Shirt with
fucking
his-
face on it. Holy shit.
that's big dick energy.
Holy
big crush
shit.
energy.
Can they get
Oh, yeah.
any more douchey?
They
the
were,
song,
I loved that song. It was like a Weird Al song.
that was probably the
It was
best
so
song
awesome.
in the movie.
Yeah, because it
Don't
was
you
like,
wish you were us?
yeah, and it's like, don't you want my car? Like, it was so hilariously just cartoony that I actually loved it. Like it was
No,
so dumb,
yeah,
and
I agree. But him
the
wearing,
rapping was so bad. It just like they were great.
it's like Limp Bizkit.
They were great. Honestly, like for real, I love that. But then we get this is this was probably 5 of my 24 pauses. What's about to happen?
Yeah,
if not more.
So Lemonade Mouth goes up to play. They start playing one of their tunes, one of their big hits.
Sucked.
But they're playing like total shit. Like
Well,
Win messes up his keyboard playing. Olivia can't sing. Mo is coughing.
They didn't drink the lemonade.
Yeah, you're right.
Makes sense.
But hold on, can we talk? We're skipping. Like I know we gotta get into just how bad and how cringe this is because Wen starts playing it, but he's claiming he can't see, even though he only hurt one eye, and he's playing the keyboard like as it sounds like Sax Man, like MIDI keyboard,
complete
but they. I swear to God. They auto-tuned or like pitch like incorrected what's her name Olivia's voice to sound like a robot was having a stroke. I mean, I listened to it 4 or 5 times because I laughed in disbelief so many times. Going off this, Grim, you have this weird obsession with cringe, or you used to at least.
Yeah,
like cringe videos.
Cringe is funny to me. Like it's funny. But
well, like what we would call cringe are like things where are secondhand embarrassment videos where someone just fails at something and it's so embarrassing that you're like crawling in your skin, but you love it for some reason, right?
Yeah.
This is that, and they actually nailed the cringe. Like it's manufactured, but because it just shows their parents and everyone in the audience looking so ashamed to know them. like the parents are like, okay, fine, let you do this drumming shit. And then they're immediately like, oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Their faces are priceless. And you could just see the teacher like mouthing like, oh, God, no. Like you can see the teacher is just like gonna like cry.
Like,
it is
so fuck.
And they literally just walk off stage after like there's nothing. Like it's just silent.
They called it quits.
It's like when you fail in Rock Band.
God. Yeah, it was like that. Only more awkward, honestly.
I just couldn't get past the band that can write impromptu songs out of thin air flawlessly, can't keep it together for one song for the biggest opportunity of their lives.
And my thing, too, was like, these people can play like any instrument, so just swap it around a little bit or whatever.
Nope, no way. So, because they have so much support, the audience starts singing their song, and everyone starts joining in.
And the boy Scott comes out.
Scott comes out and plays guitar to the song because obviously he downloaded the tabs off Ultimate Guitar because they're obviously on there with Lemonade Mouth, one of the biggest bands. He learned he got those tabs.
They're on Rocksmith.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I gotta say his guitar tone was a lot better than the chicks though.
I would agree. I think, honestly, everything about Mudslide Crush is better.
Yeah, Mudslide Crush is superior.
Those guys, I'd go see them. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, yeah, they basically, the audience, it's so fucking lame. They start singing, as you said, and Jesus. Lemonade Mouth just comes back on stage crying like, oh my God, they love us. They really love us. Like, they're having that kind of thing happen.
Right.
And this, I was saying, I think that, cringe videos are funny and stuff, right? But this is cringe, but it's not funny. It's so bad. It's so lame. It is just fucking awful.
It's like a machine or a AI put together this movie from all the biggest, lamest, tropiest things from every movie ever made, like, that tells this kind of story.
So that happens. They all sing the song, and they're crying, but everyone loves them, so it's all good. But they don't win the Rising Star, obviously, because they didn't fucking play. So
that would have been just the bullshit.
If they won, that would have. You're right.
I thought they would have. Honestly,
it would have been the goddamn cherry on the lemonade. So Mo and Scott get back together, even though I figured that Charlie and Mo were going to get together, but that didn't happen. But it seems like Charlie has a moment with another student. Win brings
he kind
Olivia.
of accepted that.
Yeah, Win brings Olivia.
That was actually non-toxic. Oh yeah, the kitten. That was bullshit too, because that shouldn't have even been.
That was the only story that mattered, was the full
Yeah.
circle of the Nancy story. Where
Yeah.
Oh, so
there's
cute.
a new kitten
Yeah,
came
no
back.
kidding.
Maybe she wasn't ready to
That was all
replace
I
her
cared
mom's
about.
dead cat. You know,
That's
like
true.
That's all
If
I
you-
cared about.
You kind of that's putting
Yeah.
someone on the spot, just bringing him a cat, because now they have to like. Not saying she doesn't want a kitten, but that's a lot, you know. And he just showed
Yeah.
up with that.
Yeah, no, it was weird. But I did like Charlie kind of like being okay with not being able to be like, it was like a very like healthy masculinity moment for him to just be like, I'll just go do my own thing. And then he's like immediately finds a girl who's like all over him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know. Good job, Chaz.
So then Wynn's dad gets married, and at the wedding, all right, they're all there, obviously. They're all there, and Stella is sitting next to some random dude. And this random fucker just happens to be the guy who fucking made the lemonade machine company.
Wait, what? I don't even remember this.
How do you not fucking remember that? She's
I
Stella
had a hard time getting through
is
this.
talking to this random fucker at this wedding, and he happens to be Mel, the lemonade machine guy. I am not
don't remember
shitting you.
this at all.
So
No, I believe you. I just don't remember.
and Mel, because he's made all this money off of these kids buying all this lemonade, helps them build a massive music hall in town. And
Oh, that's how they get it. Okay.
yeah, and the
I
principal's
thought they
all
just-
about
Right,
it now.
that's right.
you know?
I tuned out for just a second then and didn't realize that.
Yeah, so it was fucking Mel. And why the fuck's he at this? Oh yeah, because he was a college friend of Sydney or something. Either way, they build this massive music hall. The arts get thrown a big bone. The principal's now all about it. He's like, yeah, lemonade and music.
Yeah. Olivia like reaches out to her dad, right?
Well, yeah, that kind of wraps everything up. She was telling
We
this
find
whole story. The narration
It was a
her.
Samwise Gamgee moment.
Yeah.
Like a
And
like
she's
a Lord of
right
the
to her
Rings.
dad.
Yeah. That was cool, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And then she adds in the letter, oh, I almost forgot to tell you where we're playing next week. Madison fucking Square Garden.
That's all I remembered of the ending was
MS
that and
fucking
music.
G.
And then it shows them playing it.
Right.
Was that like how did they get
It's Disney. They probably rented that shit out. Yeah.
How the
for a Disney Channel original movie? They rented that shit out. That's
Dude,
Madison.
this is
Square
Lemonade Mouth, man.
Garden. Oh God.
Only the biggest band. So this goddamn high school band called Lemonade Mouth is now playing Madison Square Garden. And Mo's boyfriend is now in the band too, just so you know.
Yeah, he's a rhythm guitarist, and also like, did we mention that Olivia's with Wen like formally now, like as a
Yes.
Oh,
So I don't know, but it was kind of implied, I guess.
okay? I
Yeah,
thought
so
she
they're
was like, we're
together.
dating,
So they're together. So true love and all that. Okay.
right?
So that, and it wraps with them playing
With
Madison
amazing-
Square Garden.
Playing a fucking badass tune
With
Can't
some
remember what it's
lemon,
called.
they had lemon graphics on the video screens behind them. It was just,
Yeah, I think everyone got to rap at some point. It's
Yeah,
pretty
they all
cool.
got their
Nice.
and that's a wrap on Lemonade Mouth.
I don't know about you guys, but it left a sour taste in my mouth.
It was a really bad movie.
Guys, this
Guys,
movie,
no sold my
guys-
joke so hard.
it was good. Guys, this movie fucking sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm defeated. I feel bad.
like,
This we could have chose any Disney, like Disney Plus opened a world of wonderful, imaginative, magical media for us to consume and then review for Swirlpool here. But this might be the darkest thing that has swirled down into our pool.
the Swirlpool's now a yellow lemonade
Toilet.
infested water, you know?
Cue the toilet flush sound
Yeah.
that they use so much.
So
Yeah, this
Fiend,
was bad.
Fiend, what do you got to say about this?
I mean, it was pretty bad. The most important thing was the whole cat story.
Yeah. being bullshit,
Definitely.
ruining
That,
it.
but it came out to be a happy ending because she got a little kitten in the end.
With that being said, what would you rate this out of, if you had to give it 10 lemonade mouths out of 10? Or
I'd give
0
it
to 10?
3 because the whole lemonade plot of it being secret magical juice is awesome.
See, that's all
Yeah.
headcanon, though. That's all headcanon.
No, it's not even headcanon. Let's go.
Okay. We'll go with it being... Okay, so what did you give this?
A 3.
3 out of 10. Okay. I mean, I think that's generous, personally.
Oh, yeah.
But I also... At least I thought you were going to give it like a negative number. So I guess
I figured I'd give it a positive.
Okay, like a very respectful,
Right.
like you're not shitting on just the medium of review.
Right.
Okay. Well, what about you, Grim?
All right. I wrote out kind of a thing, so I'm just going to talk real quick, and you guys this is my review of the movie here, okay? It wasn't funny. The songs weren't good. The characters weren't likable, except for Olivia, because she had a lot of stuff going on. Okay, I feel like it tried to say, be yourself and stand up for what you believe in, but it's all about a fucking lemonade machine, so it's so dumb. Also, it doesn't come across very well when characters like Stella honestly are just petty and obnoxious for attention more than actually standing up for a good cause.
Go off, Queen.
Okay, for a movie about a band and playing music, you don't really see these characters grow as musicians. You hardly see them practicing and getting better and learning new things. They're already just fucking perfect. Also, the narration overhypes the band so much, and it's themselves talking about themselves. It feels like they're
Well, that
full
was
of
trying to be
themselves,
cute.
and then again, they did play fucking Madison Square Garden. Obviously, so much of it is completely unrealistic. The fact that 5 random strangers can all play music perfectly together and become one of the biggest bands in the country. The part about the arts not being funded in favor for sports is very true. But yeah, this movie, it was not made for me, so it's obvious that I didn't like it. But I feel like the only people who might like this are like 12-year-old girls who would watch it and live vicariously through these characters or something. And I would never watch this movie again willingly. It's just not good. Looking at reviews, most people seem to have really loved this movie. Some saying it's the best Disney Channel original movie, but I cannot see it. A sequel was apparently planned.
Someone said that?
I was looking at YouTube comments on this, and people were like, "This was my fave."
Yeah, but those are
decom.
yeah. That's when they were kids. I mean, that's for I'm talking more their critics who said that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, this was
It's
just some YouTube comment.
It still seemed like it had
Okay.
good reviews, but that was my big rant about this: is that this movie fucking sucks. So apparently, a sequel was planned and it was never made. Oh fucking darn! So here's my rating. Out of 10 lemons, I give it 0 lemons out of 10 lemons because this movie fucking sucks. But I give it 10 mouths out of 10 mouths so that all 10 of those mouths can tell everyone to never watch this goddamn fucking movie.
Damn. I mean,
Nice. That was a pretty good review.
that yeah, A plus on your book report. That was. I mean, I don't have anything else to add. I think this film, if you could call it that, is so lazy and dumb and shitty, despite having all your classic kids movie tropes and whatnot. They kind of. I will. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give it 1 lemonade mouth out of 10, and the only reason is because there were a couple times where I think unintentional humor got me with the drinking the pea lemonade
The flush.
and the flush, and I also have to give kudos for there were like 3 cliches that they subverted. I thought like there were glimmers, and also I really liked the early setup with the basement being like the underground. Like that could have been fun if they had leaned into it and gone full cartoon with it. But this was just like the worst parts of like a high school musical, the worst parts of like a bad music movie. It was everything you don't want. And then also, yeah, like the dead animal cheap bullshit. I'm giving it 1 because I just have to give credit where
One's the loneliest number.
yeah, it's almost worse than giving it a 0, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I am mad though.
Yeah. So that was Lemonade Mouth. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for listening to this edition of Swirlpool.
We're sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So, be sure to check out the Vortex on YouTube at Grim Chorizo. You can follow Vortex on Instagram at Enjoy the Vortex. You can follow me on Instagram at Grim Chorizo, and you can follow us, join our Discord on the YouTube channel up in the banner.
You can follow me, Chris, at Zompire Wolf on Instagram. That's basically the only thing I use.
Thanks for watching, listening.
It's been fun.
So we'll see you next time, and
Swirl you later.
That
That was terrible.
we got to learn from Lemonade Mouth. They did it all perfectly.
All perfectly said.